Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will talk about the exists API. This API is very useful. You can use it to check if an index exists in Elasticsearch or if a document exists inside an index. So let's show how this works with an example. Let's say that we have three documents. We are going to insert them in this my index. Here, if you want to check if the index exists, you need to use this. So you take client, then you take indices, and you use the exists method inside that module. This one checks, it takes in an index and it checks if it exists or not. But to check if a document exists inside the index, you just use this. You take the client and you use the exists method inside the client. But here you need to specify two things, the index and the ID of the document. Okay, so this is what I said. This method checks if a document exists in an index. Okay, so this is how you use the exists API. And one more time, please check the documentation to learn more about the exists API. Now, let's go back to VS Code to see how to implement this. Okay, so open the 9th notebook in this series. If you are wondering where to get these notebooks, you can find the link to the repository in the video description. So please go there and clone the repo or download it to get access to the notebooks. First of all, we are doing some processing. We are taking some documents from a JSON file that you will find in the repository, and we are inserting everything into this my index. Okay, here we have document IDs because we need that in order to check if a document exists or not. So let me run the first cells. And as you can see, here are the document IDs. Great, so that was just a preparation. Now let's see how to use the exists API. First of all, to check if the index exists, you use, as I said, use the client, then indices. Inside indices, we have the exists method. This one only takes in the index name. Okay, so here I am giving it my index, and here it returns to me true, which is good because we created that index before. But if I gave it something else, let's say my index 2, you can see that here it returns false because we don't have this index in Elasticsearch. Okay, now to check if a document exists, we can just use the client because inside it we have another exists method. But this one takes in two arguments, the index as well as the ID. So here we are checking if this document exists inside my index, and the response should be true. But if I do this and provide an ID that doesn't exist, it returns to me false. We arrived at the end of this video. I hope that it was helpful. Please, before leaving, leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you want. That will help me immensely. See you in the next video.